Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here. 7 Days to Die on the Mindcrack server. So is this Jason? And let's make sure my audio levels are fine. They look alright. They look beautiful, in fact. You're beautified by them. Welcome back to another episode. And I realized something. I don't know, I haven't seen if you guys have commented or not. But me trying to put this wood block right there was fucking stupid. Why was I being so dumb? I don't know, man. Sometimes you do stupid things in life, and you realize it later. It doesn't help whenever you're trying to talk to thousands of people. It really does fuck with your brain. Alright. You'll notice the temporary storage that I have there is gone because I had a realization as far as what I was doing and why I was doing it wrong. Grab this and that. Let's make some bolts. Completely out of bolts. I've killed. I've been playing quite a bit. I think we ended off last episode at 460 zombie kills. So you can see here I've killed about 130 more since then. I've been digging this down because I don't want to do all that on camera. Seems like a boring thing. I've got an idea as far as what I want here now. So this is going to spiral around a 3x3 area here. With I think I'm going to make an area that is like this. Oh, not that one though. Here come the zombies. Something like this, but out of glass, and I'm going to try to light it in the center. So we're going to see how it goes. And that's what the spiral staircase will wrap around. Jesus, man. Oh yeah, they're gonna come right over here, aren't they? They might miss me, actually. So you've probably been wondering for quite a while now what my plan is here. What is your big idea here, Jason? I mean, you're just building this plain wooden house out in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere. Out in a field like this, you know, you're gonna be attacked by the zombies. Well, that is true, but I'm not going to just leave it open like this. My plan is I'm going to surround my house with a wall. You know, I think that's going to do a good job of protecting me against Anders too, because Anders likes to help. You know, he's a helpful guy, and so he will help you out. If you look like you're in danger, he will kill you. Is what it really boils down to. He will attempt to help, and in doing so, he will shoot you in the face and murder you. It will not be the first time this has happened to me. So I'm going to keep out the zombies, and I'm going to keep out the Anders, basically, is my thought here. I'm just giving Anders shit. He doesn't mean harm. Kind of like whenever he types. He means to spell words. Shots fired. Leave a like! I don't know where that came from. I always forget till the end of the episode. I thought I'd do better today. Man, that guy, he didn't want to die. Die! So if you've been following Twitter and Reddit, you know that Secret Project Hype is a thing. It's finally got a date set in stone. We're looking at March the 11th as the day. I will be talking more about that in the episodes post-Friday. Friday we'll be releasing a bit more information that gives, you know, some more exact details. So after that, I'll be talking a bit more. But today, what are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to get this wall going, I think. So I'm gonna kind of lay it down here, and I think, let's see, how many blocks from the house are we here? This bitch went in my house. How'd you get in my house? How the fuck did she get in my house? Oh, she probably walked through the front door. Front door's open. About to make a mistake. Hey now. Hey. You hitting my house? Stop. Oh, they're hitting Badge's house. We can do that. Nobody cares about that. I'm just kidding. Had enough of your shit. That 2 for 1 it. Oh shit. I'm stuck. Jesus, it's the zombies, man. Leave a man alone. I'm trying to make a video here. You know what it is? They just want to have a YouTube channel too. They're jealous. So last episode, I said I was going to talk a bit about corporate Disney. And the reason why I want to do this is because it's something Doc talked about in one of his episodes right after coming back from Disney. He talked basically about how Disney is a place only for rich white folks, upper class. And I don't necessarily agree. He talked about a lot of things. He talked about, how it's, just made to make money. And that is true. It is made to make money. That is the whole point. It is there to make money. And I want to talk a bit about Disney as a whole and their investments they've made in the last year or so. They bought Maker Studios, which is for those that don't know, it's a YouTube network. Aurelian's is a member of that network. Captain Sparkles is another person I know that is in that network. I think that's the only two friends I have that I know right off the top of my head that are in that network. But there's just an example of some people that I know that participate in that. And I was going to count that, and I just was like looking at it, but not actually counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that where I'm at right now? 8, 9. Let's go one more and go do 10. So we'll do 10 off. 10 off the house. But let's actually go look at the back. Whoa, I just spun more than I intended to do. So 1, 2. Is it windier today in this game? Doesn't it sound windier? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's acceptable. I'm not too close to Anders. So I'm going to do a 10 block wall off of my house, basically. Screw this house. Wait, hold on. Let's shit. I'd counted and now I've done screwed up. All right, hold on. Let's do some placeholders here. Though on the front, it's not going to be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What would that be? Actually, it might be. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What the hell was that zombie I just heard? So, yeah, they bought Maker, YouTube network. They bought Marvel, and God, what was the thing they recently bought? Why am I blanking on this? Oh, and Star Wars. Jesus Christ. So yeah, all those things combined, they've made a hell of some smart investments. With things that are going to allow them to easily merchandise stuff, Okay. I feel like this particular one should be like this area I should dig down into the dirt. I guess I can go ahead and place them now and then dig in the dirt later, though. So, as a father, I'd gone to Disney once in my life, really, as far as going to the theme park itself. A couple years ago, at the first VidCon, I went with Just Vaughn and those guys, to do a fan meetup, but you know, it wasn't like I was going to Disney and riding rides or anything like that. All right, let's do this too. Let's get off the house here. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'll make sure I don't do this wrong. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Anders may not approve of my my wall. At least I didn't make him pay for it, though. So yeah, I'd really never gone to the actual theme park except for once when I was very young, and I hardly have any memory of it. And so I don't really know exactly. You know, I have this vague memory of us like coming into the theme park and me holding my mom and dad's hands and like a bar, like a pillar or something coming up and like having to let go of their hands and then we pass through the pillar. And that is my only memory other than shit, there's clay on the ground here. That's in the inventory, but the only memory I have is riding the Peter Pan flight. That is it. I thought I remembered Pirates of the Caribbean. But while we were at Disney this time, I realized it wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean I was remembering. It was a Carowinds ride that was like this boat you rode on, and the pirates would sing to you and stuff. But I always thought that was a memory of Disney Pirates of the Caribbean, but it wasn't. It was it was not. It wasn't. So yeah, basically, very very little memories of Disney as a child. But going back as an adult with a child, the place is fantastic. It is expensive. I'm not going to argue with that. That's one of the doc's biggest complaints, is that it is expensive. It is an expensive place. But I don't feel like it's expensive in an offensive way. And what I mean by this is, like, it's just capitalism, right? But let's compare some companies here. Let's look at the capitalism that we get from something like ExxonMobil versus Disney. You know, Disney's providing. I mean, they're making a fucking magical experience here. You know, though, if you watched my episode last year, right after this event. I'll talk about. Damn it! Some bad aim there on my part. I talk about just how nice all the employees are, how much you can tell how much they love their job and stuff. And this year, there was a lot of people they had brought in that weren't from the area, that weren't from the United States at all, actually, and. I don't know, some of the employees didn't seem like they were loving it as much as they were last year, so I feel like maybe a little bit of stuff behind the scenes has changed in regards to that. But, I heard another one, probably a crawler somewhere. I mean, everything is calculated and just perfected. I mean, they've been doing it for many years, right? I mean, and one of the complaints, like Sevidus has about it, is that it's so dated to some degree. Like, if you went there, a lot of the stuff hasn't really updated in many years. But I think that's part of its allure and charm, is that it's kind of timeless in a way. You know, it's if you went there as a kid, some of the stuff that you saw as a child, you can go back and see again as an adult. You can take your children. Because this Peter Pan ride that I'm talking about, I remember being my daughter's age and riding this ride. And even though it's just a vague memory, it's still a memory I have. And it's exciting to be able to kind of share the same thing with her. So, Doc talks about, in his video, about how it's kind of inaccessible, you know, if you don't have a lot of money. I don't think that's completely true. I mean, whenever we were looking at just paying for our own hotel, because if you watched the previous episode, there was a bit of issues with hotels and stuff. That end up being resolved in the end, but there's a bit of issues, and we looked at hotel prices just to decide where we're going to stay. I kind of been wanting to stay on the Animal Kingdom plot. Like, Animal Kingdom's got this. There's tons of different resorts, but basically there's lots of different Disney resorts, and Animal Kingdom has got this thing where you can stay like on. And you could like see the safari, basically, like look out your window and there's the fucking giraffe and lions and shit. Probably not, probably not both of those things, because the lions would eat the giraffes and that's no good. But you get the point. So I've been kind of wanting to do that. That's kind of expensive for 7 nights. It was like $3,000 or something like that. But if you didn't want to go that crazy with it, can I just punch this with... No, it just spins. Just wanted to dig that up. If you don't want to go crazy with it, there's the Hotel Pop Culture, I think is what it's called. Pop Century, Pop something. It was only like, for that many nights, it was only like $700 or something. Now, granted, park tickets are expensive too. I mean, I'm not trying to say that these things are not expensive things, but for what you get, and it being kind of all-inclusive, I don't think it's that overpriced. Let's kind of go into look and see how far I have to go here. Let's go ahead and count. Let's just do 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For me, I look at companies like I said, Exxon's a perfect example of corporate greed that is not doing anything for the human race other than giving us gasoline, but destroying the planet while they do it. I don't feel like Exxon truly cares long term. As long as their pockets are being lined now, that's the most important thing. At least that's how I feel. This is an opinion. I don't get that same vibe from Disney. I really don't. I feel like, while yes, it is important that money is made. I mean, it is a business. But at the end of the day, they're selling happiness to some degree. Instead, they're not just selling gasoline. They're selling memories that you're not going to just things you're not just not going to forget. My daughter, she's still at the age where magic is real, and so like Mickey is real. He's a real thing. And I remember meeting Mickey when I was super little, and that experience has changed completely. All the other characters are still the same as they were back in the day. Got a guy in a suit, mouth doesn't move, does some gestures or whatever. He'll sign a book for you and stuff, but that's the extent of it. Mickey, I mean, he is the mascot of Disney, right? So it makes sense. But Mickey, I've spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out how Mickey works, because Mickey is, he's a guy in a suit, but he actually talks. He's got Mickey's voice, and there's several questions I have. So if you're an insider, if you got the scoop, let me know. Let me know. Answer some questions here for me. It's a guy in a suit, has the voice. I don't know if it's computerized or if the people that are in that suit have to be able to speak as if they have to and have the Mickey voice. That might be a requirement. But here's the thing that just blew me away. So we're in line to meet Mickey, and it's set up so whenever you come into the room, you get sectioned off and they probably have like 6 Mickeys is my estimation. My estimate is they have about 6 Mickeys on site there, and that way they're getting through people quicker, right? They have 6 different Mickeys that you might getting put into a room with and meeting. But we're in line, and the people in the front of the line are from Portugal. So Mickey, he speaks Portuguese to them. Like, fucking fluently. Like, no big deal. Just now we're speaking Portuguese, right? So that's okay. Next in line, these people are from Japan. And Mickey just fucking goes Japanese all of a sudden and just speaking Japanese to them. So I'm just kind of blown away at this point, because I've basically saw Mickey at this point speak 3 different languages. He spoke English, he spoke Portuguese, and he spoke Japanese, all within a span of 5 minutes, you know? And so I have a lot of questions in regard to that, because for one thing, he's still in voice, you know, speaking Japanese in Mickey's voice, which, you know, no big deal. That's just that's just the thing that Mickey does, I guess. I just wonder if I should start filling these in here. So we talked about it quite a bit, actually. Like, Sevidus thinks that it's possible that that they have like a room, like that there's a guy in a suit, but he's not the one actually talking. He thinks it's kind of like a call center where there's a bunch of different people, and depending on what language and stuff needs to be spoken, that they handle that, which is possible. That's possible. To me, that sounds more far-fetched than requiring the people that play Mickey have the ability to speak multiple languages. And so now I'm also wondering if they're like, because, you know, I mentioned that there's several Mickeys on site. I'm wondering if you know, English. I'm sure all the Mickeys speak English, but I wonder if you look like you're Japanese, if you get sent to Japanese Mickey room. You know what I mean? Like, as they're filtering you through. What's going on? Are you breaking my rebar frames over here somewhere? You motherfuckers. Oh no, he's just crushing his body on Andrew's spikes. Okay. See, I'm just not sure, man. It's just so absurd to me how well it was done. And I just I wasn't ready for that. Because, you know, I met him last year, but he was speaking English the whole time. You know, ain't got a reason to speak any other language to us. Oh, I forgot it takes 10. Oh, man, this is not enough concrete mix. I was thinking it was 1 bucket of concrete mix. I got plenty of rebar frames, but I do not have plenty of concrete mix. That's a problem. It's almost night too. I'm not safe out here. I need to finish this wall right over here. Well, I need to finish this wall I'm working on right now, but I need to finish this wall right here so if they wander in, they can't just walk into me. This tree is beautiful there on the front like that. Alright, so down to 52. So what I ought to do here for the night is make it where they can't just walk in, first off. We can start digging under the house too. I'll pick these up later. These are just placeholders. Because I do want to have a wooden house. That's why I want to put up this wall around it. And I want to have like a kind of a glass, not glass, like a grass area. Like a normal yard, you know? But we're going to have a wall. So the wall will be our real protection and our house will just be pretty. Basically is what my thought is here. So, yeah, I don't really know. I'm really curious. I really want to know how this all works. But you know, one of my favorite things about Disney is the fireworks. And these are not just a normal fireworks show. I mean, they have got this stuff down. It's a science. I mean, it's beautiful. It really is. Like, you know, last year whenever we were there right before Christmas. So they had like 4 different fireworks show that would happen at Magic Kingdom, which is the main Mickey park, the main Disney park. I always call it Mickey's Park. That's how my daughter refers to it, because, you know, it's her friend Mickey, and his park. My favorite one is it's called the Wishes fireworks. It's like it's got like Jiminy Cricket. You know, he talks about if you wish on a star, you know, your dreams can come true. That type of thing. And that was my favorite one, but I only got to see that one night at Disney last year, and I was in a bad spot. So it happened twice, but the second time it happened, we forgot about the fireworks, and we were riding Dumbo at the time. I actually got kind of upset about it because I wanted to see it. I talked about it all day. I was like, oh, I want to see it when it happens tonight, and then I missed it. My wife is tired of hearing about these fireworks, actually. Like this year, I kept trying to make sure we were in a good spot for them. And then the one night, my daughter was sick, so we were kind of, you know, leaving as the fireworks were happening, so we kind of missed it that night. We kind of watched it, kind of missed it. One of the nights we had gone to Hollywood Studios, and we saw the fireworks there. Excuse me. And it's Star Wars themed. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but those fucking fireworks were intense, man. The finale, it actually scared my daughter, and she's normally not scared of fireworks, but it was just like, it was like a damn war field, man. It was crazy. So there was some really intense Star Wars fireworks. And then we managed to get back over to Magic Kingdom, and we were just coming into the front of the park, and so we had a perfect line of sight to the Cinderella's Castle. And that's really where you want to be. You want to be looking at Cinderella's Castle during these fireworks shows, because the way they do it, they don't shoot the fireworks very high in the sky. And they do this thing, I wish I had recorded it, they do this thing where they project, this is not during the fireworks show, this is normally right before the fireworks show, and they do it a couple times at night. They do this thing where they project this like movie onto Cinderella's Castle, and it looks like the castle itself is actually changing, like towards the end, like it gets messed up by there's like a fire and stuff for the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, and then it gets rebuilt, and it looks like the bricks are really flying off of the thing and then coming back, just the way that you know, it's projected on there. I mean, obviously I'm not an idiot, I know it's just projected on there, but it looks amazing. It's so cool. And of course my daughter thinks, you know, Tinkerbell's actually fucking fixing this thing, you know. This is not it's all real to her, you know, because you know, when you're 4, that's just how it is. Which to me, you know, I really believe that if Doc, I'm not trying to shit on Doc here either, by the way. I'm just, he had an opinion on this stuff, and our opinions just happen to differ. And so I think he was a good talking point, a direction to talk about this from, is, you know, comparing our opinions. You know, I truly believe that if Doc had a kid, his opinion on all this would be completely different. I think something changes whenever you can kind of see this magic through your child's eyes, and you can kind of see how excited and how wonderful all of this is, and just how happy it makes them to, I mean, you know, I know what it's like to be a cynical adult. I've been doing it for a while, and to have that just pure happiness that nothing can ruin, you know, it's not something you can just get every day, you know. And it's something that can only, you know, I wish I could be as happy as she is about Disney about anything, basically. So the last night we were there, so to get back to my point, we never got to, Tinkerbell comes out of the top of Cinderella's castle and like flies across the zip line across the whole park. And we'd never been in a good spot for her to see that. We were actually in a good spot for her to see it the night she got sick, but she was too busy getting sick, and we were trying to leave. we planned for the last night we were there, we would definitely be in a good spot for it. So we stood on like this this bridge that's right by a stream and a little waterfall and stuff. And then you couldn't hear the fucking audio because we were by the stream. And so the fire, she sees Tinkerbell come out of the castle, and they realize to the right of us are these trees that are also blocking the view of the fireworks because they shoot these fireworks so low. Like I said, this shit is precision planned, like where you really need to be standing in front of Cinderella's castle. I mean, you can see the fireworks from other places, but if you want the full-on show with the audio and like the way that they intend it, you really want to be standing kind of in the front. And so where we were standing, there was trees blocking it, because we were right up against Cinderella's castle, basically. And so our right's where the fireworks were happening, but behind the trees. So it's like, all right, well, let's move so you can see the fireworks. And my daughter pitched a fit. My wife was like, you two deserve each other with this fucking fireworks shit. So, anyways, we ended up moving, and after that, we went to ride. This was, again, the last night. Park closed at midnight, and we were there. We left our room at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we did not get back to our room until 2 a.m. We were at the park that whole time. We went to, again, last day, went to Magic Kingdom. As I've mentioned before with this Lion Guard shit, we tried it several times, and we had not been successful up until this point. Let's make sure I got this right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And so we were trying again. So we went to Magic Kingdom. We had like some fast passes. It was a Saturday too, and everyone was there. So we went. We did our fast passes for like Winnie the Pooh, Ariel, and something else. I don't remember the third ride. Probably Dumbo. In fact, it was Dumbo. I remember now. So we went and did our fast passes for those things, and then it's like, man, it's so crowded here. They have a fantastic app that you can just look at on your phone and see what the wait times are and everything. I don't know how bad off I am right here. I'm not good because that's a spider. And my front door's open. So we decided to go over to Animal Kingdom, finish the Fast Pass thing, or not finish Fast Pass, finish the Lion Guard thing, which we did. We finished it. That's when I found out that we didn't even have to. It's a dog too. That's when I found out we didn't even have to actually do all these pictures, but we did it right, and daughter got to meet Chip and Dale and Rafiki, and then it was like, well, now what? It's like, well, fuck it, let's go back to Magic Kingdom. So we did. We considered just going back to the hotel at that point, but she wanted to do more stuff, so it's like, well, it's our last day. Let's just do it up. Let's make 20 of those. I feel like something's gonna roll up and on me here any second now. It's not happening yet, though. I don't remember where I was going with this. I don't want to be in this hole if they roll up in on me, though. I do know that. Let's be ready. Oh, oh God. I say let's be ready, and I proceed to do all kinds of stupid shit. Oh. But yeah, it was a good day. We did everything you could imagine that day. They had these race cars that are on, you guys saw them, if you saw on Doc's channel, they're on rails. Well, she's big enough to drive these things, even though she can't see over the damn steering wheel. So I actually have some video of her driving them too, which is hilarious because afterwards, she's all the time telling us that she can drive our car, even though, I mean, we all know she can't, right? But she's convinced that she's old enough to drive. Honestly, the only thing that my daughter does wrong is she's too fucking independent. Like, if she was not so, thinks she can do everything in the world, we would never argue about anything, but she's convinced that she knows better than us. I guess every kid's like this. But yeah, if she wasn't Little Miss Independent, we'd be all right. But so anyway, she drove these cars, and so the last night there, she wanted to go do it again, wanted to go drive the cars more, and so we were in line for this, and the guy that was running the ride ended up being a Minecraft fan and stuff, and so he gave us some fast passes that were just like paper fast passes that were good for any ride that night, and Peter Pan's flight or whatever is one of the ones that's got the longest wait, and so we hadn't planned on doing that anymore. And the funny thing is, last year, basically we planned out we're going to go ride. We ride this thing called Goofy's Barnstormer, and it was just like the roller coaster that's meant for that age. And there was no wait, so we were just like getting off and getting on, riding that over and over again. And last year, whenever she rode it, she was scared of it. It was like she was tall enough then, but it was just too much and it scared her. This year, she was just all about it. So we had rode this thing like 10 times or something, and we planned out. It's like, all right, well, we got enough time to ride like 2 more rides, and then we'll have to go because it'll be midnight and the park will be closing. And so she wanted to do the race cars again and Dumbo. So we do the race cars, but then the guy gives us the fast passes, and it's like, well, we have time to do Peter Pan again if you want, and she did, because the fast pass, otherwise the line would have been too long. So went and did Peter Pan again, and last year when we were there, that's what we did before we left. We rode Peter Pan, and then we rode It's a Small World, which is the worst ride ever made. That ride will make you want to kill yourself. It's not necessarily the worst ride ever made, but it's the worst ride ever made. Where is okay, yeah, I can replace this wood here and you won't be able to see it. I can put red wood through here. You sit on this little boat, and these little kids, robot kids, sing, "It's a small world after all," until you're off the ride, and it's like 10 minutes or something, and that's all you can do is sit there and listen to "It's a Small World After All" over and over again. And then it's in other languages too, so it's like Kinwachimi Honey Hun. I don't know, I'm just making shit up. I don't speak another language, but it's the worst. It's the worst. It's so the worst. And when we got off, the guy that was running the ride was like, "No, wait, you can ride it one more time if you want." I'm like, "No, we're good." He's like, "What you mean is not a chance." So he knew what was up. Yeah, it's painful. I wanted to take Doc on it. You know, Doc went with us one day. The first day we got there, Doc didn't know what everyone was going to do, and he decided to go to the park with us, which I think he regrets. Looking back on it, I'm almost positive he regrets it, because you know, we had our day planned out as a family, and it was fine. It wasn't like Doc was intruding or anything. It was just that, you know, I told him, I warned him too. I was like, "Dude, we got all these fast passes to meet Cinderella and Rapunzel, and oh my God, Rapunzel." The person that plays Rapunzel does a fantastic job, but she tired me out, and the time I was there just waiting to meet Rapunzel, I never wanted to look at her face ever again. She's so in character, which is what she's supposed to be, but oh my God, just that's like, that is her fucking tone and the speed in which she speaks, and just constantly talking, and it's just like, for the love of God, shut your mouth. Just shut it. Shut it. Shut your mouth. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Rapunzel, is what I learned on that day. Yeah, so Doc got to experience all that. Doc was there for that. Which again, I'm pretty sure that was not Doc's cup of tea, or cup of anything for that matter. Yeah, I don't think he was enjoying himself too terribly much. But he went, and he sat through it for quite a while. He eventually left us though, and it's kind of a shame because we tried adding his one-day pass to the app in our group and add him to our fast passes, but we had scheduled all our fast passes so far in advance it wouldn't let us add him on to anything. so we couldn't like bring him on to anything we were doing. And then we tried to add him on, like try to add additional fast passes for like some of the roller coasters and stuff that he wanted to ride, and it wouldn't let us. So he eventually was just like, "I'm gonna go now. This is boring." So I don't blame him. It was definitely planned for a 4-year-old that day, and he jumped into it. So. So yeah, this episode goes up on Thursday. You guys have been saying there's an audio desync, and Video's been talking to me about this. He says that there's this issue with 60 FPS videos on YouTube, like having an audio desync on YouTube or something. It's frustrating because I've looked back at my episodes, and I don't have an audio desync on my side, so I don't know what to do to fix it. It's happening on YouTube. Like, the video I uploaded, the audio was synced, so I can't fix it. So if this audio is desynced, I don't know if it is or not until it's uploaded to YouTube. But if it is, I didn't do it, man. I'm so sorry, but I can't fix it either because I don't know how to fix something. It's not out of my control. You know what I mean? So hopefully it's not desynced, because if it is, I can't fix it. And it's frustrating me because everyone's talking about it and they're like, "I can't watch this. The audio is desynced." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't do it. I didn't make it desync." I'm gonna put down some more frames out here. Can't believe I didn't shut my door. These probably dried over the night. Yep, they definitely did. So, enough concrete to fill all of this is going to be an adventure. That is for sure. I guess I want a door on this. I'm not really sure. I've been watching Walking Dead, and I only read some of the books. I haven't read them all. And I got to the point where I just kind of stopped at the time. And wow, that's some bullshit. It hit me from a mile away. I don't have any coming on my back here. I've been working on a bunch of different series, actually, because you know, I normally have 2 or 3 different series going on my channel, and people probably wonder where the show's at. We end up scheduling Sonic All-Stars Racing the same time as the show normally records, so that kind of screwed us up a bit on the show, which was my fault, actually. Whenever we were talking about times, I was like, "Well, we don't have anything. We don't do anything at 4 on Thursdays." Well, that is exactly when the show was recorded. Yeah. The show should return, though. I don't think Sonic's the thing that's going to last too terribly long. You know, it's a short-lived series. We're a little side fun, basically. So once that's over, I guess the show will resume. I normally have a bit more single-player stuff going on than I have right now. You know, I did that short Walking Dead Michonne, and then the one-off of Medusa's Labyrinth, which is just something, you know, just to check out, but it wasn't a series, you know. It was kind of like my good-looking stuff, really. So, I got somewhere to be. So yeah, I'm looking at other games to play. I've been you know, when my internet was out, I played a bit of The Sims. I bought all the DLC. I was able to download the DLC even with my crappy internet. It took hours, many hours it took, but I managed to download the DLC overnight, over the many hours overnight. Why does she not know about me? Oh man, look at this lady. She had a bad day. And so I'm considering bringing that back. It's tenuous. I enjoyed the game. I think it's something that it's going to get a minimum number of views. It's people enjoy it, but only so much. But it's something, like I said, it's enough stuff's been added that I kind of would like to revisit it and play a bit more. And there's some Minecraft stuff I'm looking at too. I'm not going to go too far into it. People have been asking about Minecraft 1.9. Well, I've updated the Minecraft server. I have no interest in playing vanilla Minecraft right now, though. So there's just nothing new, man. I mean, everything that's been added in this update I've already checked out in snapshots. You know, there will be another UHC. It's not like UHC is something we're not going to play. That's already in the works, so that'll happen eventually. You know, Spigot was one of the things we had to wait on, which has been updated now. So yeah, it's a thing that will happen eventually. No, you know, no set date or anything like that. But it's something on our minds. So, you know, it will be a thing. Okay, I need a lot more stone. That's why I'm trying to get down in here so I can just kind of dig through the night down in there. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode here, guys. I think we got a pretty good idea of what I'm doing now. I'm going to try to get some more of this stuff together as far as the stone, the rebar, placed, and so on. I need quite a bit of stuff to get this all. This guy died in the worst spot. I need to figure out a door for this too. I'll probably just put a door that lines up with my door. So probably right here. But I think I might take it up a notch so that you have to go up a little ramp or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place all of this all the way around. I guess there's no harm in doing that. They might break some of these, but whatever. At least so people will know, as far as the players go, what my intentions are. And then I'm gonna fill this in with dirt. So like back here where it goes, all that's gonna be dirt up to this height. Because I want green grass. I might even break this road here and do that. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll decide. Let me know what you think, guys. Leave a like if you haven't already. Makes a difference to some robot somewhere on some YouTube. Some YouTube. It's just this YouTube, actually. The only YouTube it makes a difference on. I'm getting hungry. Need to go eat some meaty stew. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.